welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris. Thank you for giving me another shot at that.
Good. They weren't supposed to know.
Nah. We like it.
Welcome back to the podcast. We are reviewing today X-Men Days of Future Past. Great movie. Just go ahead and say that right now. Obviously, it came out in like 2015 or something. I don't know. Some years ago. Probably one of the best X-Men movies in the last decade. Almost 20 decades. I mean, two decades.
2014.
Yeah,
even,
2014.
Even longer ago.
Same. 8 years ago.
We're coming up on 10.
Yeah. And they still haven't produced a better one. So there's that. But either way, so the last movie we did in the X-Men franchise was First Class, which was, I think we both liked that. And now we're on Days of Future Past. And then after this, we're going to do Apocalypse. I haven't seen it in a while. I think I've only seen it twice.
Same. It's been a minute since I've seen it. It had been a minute since I'd seen this one in its entirety also.
Same. I've watched this one more recently. And I've never seen Dark Phoenix. So I'm excited. With that being said, we are drinking slushies today. Black cherry. It's actually kind of good. Very delicious, at least to me.
A la Chef Keith.
Ayo.
This guy makes the best slushies in the office.
Goddamn.
Ayo. Makes the best slushies on the podcast.
It's okay. I don't need to know everyone's sexual orientation. That's great. Speaking of that, Kevin Malone. Oh, I love it. I told you I was watching the show The Wire. And Idris Elba's on there. Yeah, he gets killed. He deserves it. He deserved it, though, at the time. So, you know, he was a drug dealer. So
Killed Knuckles?
Yeah, they killed Knuckles.
Fucked up.
But, yeah, I think they killed him in the... I think he had a sister, Sadakoi Steele. I think that was her name. And...
You can't put paper in a furnace. You would ruin it.
That was our review of The Office with Charles in it.
We like it. We like it.
With that being said, let's just go into sponsors real quick. Hold the phone, please.
Sponsored by Sadakoi Steel and Dunder Mifflin.
Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. All right, welcome back to Days of Future Past podcast. Let's get started with the cast with young Kristoff.
All right. First up, the star of this picture and of the franchise, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Makes sense.
You looked surprised.
I really did. I was like,
surprised.
who do we like in this movie? I forgot what movie we're doing, honestly.
Oh.
Welcome to Days of Future Past. What movie are we doing?
What is this? That's not a good sign.
The Wolverine? It's not.
For
This whole thing, it's going quick.
Let's do it. Yeah, the slushies are almost gone. Delicious. All right, next up, as James McAvoy, it's James McAvoy playing Charles Xavier. He does a dual role. He plays both himself and Charles Xavier.
I'm assuming James was the one that was walking.
Yes. Next up, Michael Fassbender as Eric Lencher, Magneto. Jennifer Lawrence as Raven. Her last name is left off. Raven Darkholme / Mystique.
I think I knew that. Yeah. I don't know why I knew that.
Next up, we have... I'm skipping a couple people because I'm going to get back to them. We have Nicholas Hoult as Hank McCoy / Beast.
Devo. Sorry.
We have Evan Peters as Quicksilver / Peter Maximoff, not Pyotr Maximoff.
Gotta make it American.
He didn't have an accent.
Same.
All right, then we're gonna just cut right to them. We have Halle Berry as Storm returning. We have Anna Paquin as Rogue returning. Cue the booze from Keith. There it is.
Boo this man or woman.
Next up, we have Elliot Page as Kitty Pryde. We have Peter Dinklage as Dr. Bolivar Trask. We have Sean Ashmore as Bobby Drake, Iceman. Omar Sy as Bishop. Josh Hellman as William Stryker, Major William Stryker. Daniel Cudmore as Colossus. They don't give his real name. Here it is. Oh shit, do I remember it? I think it's Pyotr Nikolai Rasputin. I believe that's his name. Bing Bing Fan as Blink. Adon Kanto as Sunspot. That is who I thought that was. Boo Boo Stewart as Warpath. Here we go. Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto.
Good times.
And again, I don't know if he's a sir, but he's a sir to me. Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier.
He should be.
Yes. If he isn't, he should be. Also returning from the classic trilogies, we have Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, James Marsden as the Donut Lord, Scott Summers. We have... Oh, they're just mixed up all in here. Lucas Till as Havoc. Evan... Oof, here comes... I'm sorry about your last name if I mess it up, buddy. Evan Jonigkeit as Toad. Mark Camacho as President Richard Nixon.
Classic.
Aside from that...
Wait, who the guy you said before that? Havoc?
Toad? Yeah.
That's Alex Summers, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're not given some of their names, like some of their like civilian names. They're just given their X-Men
slave names.
Also listed here, I think it's about everyone important.
Yeah, pretty much.
No
Jubilee cameo.
Yeah, say no Jubilees, no Stan Lees.
Nope. But I do got one for that.
Nice. I believe that is it for the cast. I was gonna say somebody's name, but I don't care who they are. They just played a character whose name was Colonel Sanders, and I think that's funny. How can I miss him? Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Yeah.
Near the end, I almost missed it.
Damn.
Uncredited, that's why. He's way down there, sorry.
He had a line.
He did. Late start, eh, Logan?
And he laughed at him, too. Fraser Crane.
And that is it. Oh, Bryan Singer was in the movie, apparently.
Well, he made it.
Man with small film camera. Uncredited.
There were like a million cameras in that fucking
Yeah, there
movie.
were. So that is it for the cast of X-Men Days of Future Past. I'm going to throw it over to Keith for the plot. Plot it up.
Okay. Days of Future Past. Let's see. Okay, so the last movie, First Class, is a prequel to the original X-Men trilogy. But it doesn't really line up. Or does it?
None of this really lines up.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't really line up until Days of Future Past. First Class, well, it kind of lines up, though. The Mystique thing, I don't know. It doesn't matter. First Class was First Class. They introduced all these new mutants, and they also introduced younger versions of older mutants that we know. In this one, we start off in the future, and by future, I mean closer to our time period now than back in 62, which when First Class happened. So basically, we're in the future, and the Sentinels are hunting mutants. If you've ever seen the cartoon, this is what they do. If you've ever read a comic book, this is what they do. These Sentinels are, as we find out through the movie, they took Mystique. This is when they started making Mystique, the number one star of these movies. Basically, they take Mystique's powers, her powers to transform into anybody, and they use them on the Sentinels. They use her DNA on the Sentinels, and so they can adapt. You would think they would use Darwin's, but
he got blowed up real good.
Either way, couldn't adapt. What's your power? Adapting. Yeah, in your bra.
God damn it.
Anyway, so but yeah, they use Mystique's power, and she and so the Sentinels are able to literally adapt to anything that the mutants give them. So in the beginning, we see Bishop. We see, what was her name? What was the girl's name? Blink. Mm-hmm. We also see Warpath, and who's the other guy?
Iceman. Colossus.
Johnny Fire.
Sunspot.
And Colossus. We see all of them, and they're running from the Sentinels, but they start fighting them. And the Sentinels are like, cool, with the ice, I'm going to turn into a fireball. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to choke you out. And then step on your head when you die. Bobby Drake. Mm-hmm. That's what they did to Iceman. Mm-hmm. Warpath. I forgot what they did to him, but they killed him. They pulled Colossus apart. Well, no, that was at the end. Yeah. They just knocked him out.
Yeah, Colossus just got punched the fuck out by a bigger metal
I think he died, though. They punched his head in. Because the guy turned into, like...
That Sentinel turned into, like, the same metal he did.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh...
He did.
I could do this all day.
I could do this. He fucked him up. Because then he hit him, and then he hit him on the ground again. I was like, oh, well, he's dead.
Wipe yourself off, man.
The whole time, we also see Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde and Bishop, they go into this bank vault, and she can send people back into the past. So she sends Bishop into the past to warn them that the spot they were in were going to be invaded by Sentinels. And they all disappear and go to a new spot. In this new spot, some X-Men that we know, Storm, Charles Xavier, Magneto. Is that it? Who came? Colossus was already there. So yeah, it was just those three. Oh, and Wolverine.
And Wolverine, yeah.
How could I forget?
They all of the show, baby.
Yeah. They all come and they let Kitty Pryde know, like, hey, we can stop this. She was like, okay, where do you want me to send them back for a week or so? She's like, no, we're gonna send Charles back to 1973 because that's when Mystique kills Trask, and that sets the Sentinels on a path to become mutant killers. And then we also find out that not only are Sentinels killing mutants, they're killing people who have the gene of becoming a mutant, and they're also killing humans who sympathize with mutants. So basically, they're killing everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's a post-apocalyptic shit. And it's crazy. And so, anyway, Kitty Pryde ends up sending Wolverine back because Charles wouldn't be able to handle it because he's so old. But Wolverine can, which he kind of didn't, but he did. And he goes back to 1973. And we go back to the younger versions of their X-Men. So Wolverine doesn't have adamantium yet. Charles can walk and has hair. Beast is in blue. And Magneto's in jail for killing JFK. And that's it. That's not it. But that's basically the plot. And then from there, some friends become enemies. Some enemies become friends. And in the end, we all learn a thing or two. And that's it for the plot.
I know I did.
Same. I didn't learn anything.
No.
Yeah. So that's it. So, Let's start off with some likes.
Let's do it.
Speaking of, though, when you said that, I said I didn't learn anything. I said that. But the basketball season just ended, NBA. Mm-hmm. And they were like, hey, throughout these finals, now that it's over and you guys won a championship, what did you learn over the course of the season and playoffs? The guy was like, nothing. I've been a beast. I don't need to learn that. And I was like,
did you retweet that?
I think I did.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that confidence. Especially if I already won.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on now.
Like, I won. You didn't teach me anything.
It's funny because now, like, not just basketball, but anything. People are like, oh, they call it front running. And I'm like, what's front running? Because I didn't know. They're like, you win and then all of a sudden you talk shit. I was like, I feel like that's how you should do it.
That's what you do when you win, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, that's how it should be done.
Who talks shit when they lose?
Same. But then also, but then if you do talk shit while you lose, you're a sore loser. But if you talk shit when you win, boom. So I'm like, when do you talk shit? They're like, talk shit while it's happening. I was like, well, they were. And you said that they were overconfident. I was like, so they can't win. I guess.
No.
I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. I'm just going to continue to talk shit. I am a sore loser, and I am a pathetic winner, and I don't care.
I'm not really much of a shit talker because I'm always afraid that I'm going to lose.
Same. I don't talk shit while it's happening.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I don't know if I'm going to win. But if I win, here's the thing. I'm super humble. Like, hey, good game. If you say anything to piss me off at that point, I'm going to ruin your life.
Then it's open season.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
It's like your boy at OG, our old workplace. It was because he said something to me. I can't think of his name.
My boy.
You know
I know
exactly.
exactly
But you know what I'm talking
you're
about. See,
I know.
See, you know.
I know.
Your boy.
No, it's
your
not.
Boy.
It's not ja boy. He's not a question on the bar exam.
But that's for me. I was like, I was cool until you started talking shit.
About to end this man's whole career.
No, exactly, 100%. I'm about to, boy. I'm petty like that. That's why I don't have any money. That's what I'm saying. So again, I know who I am.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
Is that the reason why?
Why I don't have any money? Because I'm petty?
Yeah.
If I had money, I'd be more petty.
Same.
So that is the reason why.
I'm like, here's $10.
The gods, Thor does not want me to have money because I'm going to be a bitch. I'm going to be a fucking bitch.
Fair.
If I get money, here's the thing. This is how bad I'd be if I had money. I wouldn't tip. I'm terrible, man.
You were a server.
Yeah, but I'm going to own my own restaurant. I'm not tipping my people in my own restaurant. I'm paying them.
Okay, so you got to qualify it like that.
Yeah, fair. I'm not paying them good, but I'm paying them.
Well, yeah, because you got to stay rich.
Yeah, I got to stay. I ain't going to let them come for me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, they're servers. You can afford to pay them like pennies on the dollar and let everyone else make up the difference even if they don't feel like they should.
That's not true. I think if I owned a corporation, I would be too good and I'd probably lose it. Like I'll pay servers like $15 an hour and be like,
I saw something about that. A restaurant somewhere was like, we have, they said they like made a post about it. Like, we're paying our servers like $22 an hour. So you no longer have to tip. If you would like, I mean, not that you ever have to, but it's not like, if you come in here, you're getting the service that they're being paid to provide, and prices and such will reflect this.
Same. As they should.
So don't complain about it,
right.
Please. Like, this is us giving you the heads up. Like, hey, they're making money, they're being paid to be here, so you don't really have to tip them. If you want to, go ahead. And I was like, that's insane.
Ironically, the funny thing is about all that, and we'll get back to Days of Future Past in a minute, guys. Yeah. But the funny thing about that is, if you raise prices on everything $1, you'd be fine. Mm-hmm. But people think, like, oh, you got to raise prices on everything $5. That's not true. Like, that's the reason why people raise prices, and they raise them $1 at a time. When I worked at my old restaurant, every year, just raise it $1. Guess what? We made $5 million. We were a $5 million restaurant. And I'm like, oof. Need to raise another $1, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, we became a $6 million restaurant. Like, that's literally what happened. And I was just like, where's this money going? Because we didn't get anything new. Yeah. We get eating plates. We get it. No, everything was the same. We didn't pay our employees more.
No.
So, again. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox.
You know where it's going.
let's get back to this. Well, that's true. Because the first raise I got was like $4,000.
Well, there you go.
I get it. Raise those prices, baby.
Part of the problem, Keith. Come on now.
I told you that was only a little money.
He's got a taste of the good.
Can you imagine if I didn't have to work
and had money? That's got to be nice.
Sam. Either way, let's get to some likes.
You want to go first?
I can.
Yeah.
Let me get ready because I'm not. No, I know. My first like was the M. The M on the faces. I've never noticed that before. Yeah. And I didn't know that Bishop had it too. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, he must have escaped.
He's, I think, the first mutant I ever saw it on. Because like in the cartoon, he had it. And that was my first exposure to the X-Men back in the day was a cartoon. He definitely had it.
Facts. I thought that was a part of him.
Same.
But then when I saw it in the show today, and the people they had prisoner they had it on them. And I was like,
a bunch of them had it.
Oh, because that stands for mutant, and the other people didn't have it. And I was like, oh. And when Charles was telling the story, I was like, oh, shit. This makes so much more sense. I don't know why, but I was like, I love it. I thought it was great. Kind of sucked for them, but it's something I noticed, and I liked it. Not because it happened. The more and more I talk about it, I probably shouldn't like it, but I did.
Yeah.
So, sue me.
You can like something that's fucked up. It's in a movie.
Same. It's like, speaking of like it's something fucked up in a movie, I was watching Schindler's List. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
Oy vey.
I'm sorry. Let me stop. Anyway, running for president.
When's the next election? Are you even old enough to run for president?
How old do you gotta be? 35?
I think so.
I'm 35. I'll be 36 September. So yeah,
right in there.
I mean, I'm not old enough as like
what's the limit?
The last couple
what's the
presidents.
limit to be vice president?
I think it's 35. But you can run for like governor at like 30.
I got another year.
Yeah.
In a year, I'll be ready. I'll be mature enough.
Yeah. I think it's just, I don't know that because I guess if you're vice president, you're like 20. If the president gets killed,
then you're president.
Yeah, and you gotta be 35. Here's the thing, it's funny because I was like,
you'll be president in 15 years. There you go.
Insane.
Hold it for me. Keep that seat warm. Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea.
Horrible. But no, the funny thing is, I remember when I first found out, like, oh, there's qualifications. I'm like, okay, what's qualifications? Like, 35 years old. I'm like, oh, U.S. citizen, 35 years old. That's all I knew. I was like, oh, okay, cool. JFK was our youngest president. I'm like, how old was he? 45. I was like, oh, so where's your 35 coming at?
Yep.
That's just the rules. And no president after that or before that, I think Obama might have been 50. Mm-hmm. Everyone has been like at least 60. So am I old enough to be president? No. Not by those terms.
No.
To be fair.
That's fair.
So either way.
But legally, yes.
Your next like. Your
okay.
like.
My first like, X-Men. I just wrote X-Men.
Fair.
Because I like it. I like the X-Men. I like the mutants. I just like it.
As you should.
I know it's a very broad like. The rest of them are more specific. The rest of my likes. But my first like is just X-Men.
Fair.
I really enjoy it ever since like I was a kid. Cartoons. I love the X-Men cartoon. I loved X-Men Evolution, even though apparently I didn't see enough of it. I like the fucking first trilogy of movies happened during my childhood. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. These movies continued it. Mm-hmm. And just like movies, video games, comics, cartoons. I like the X-Men.
Same.
And the streak lives.
Same. Well, yeah, especially because of Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
More X-Men.
We got that theme song. Which was also in the beginning of this movie.
Yes, it was. I think you were like, oh.
Was it the 20th Century Fox thing?
Mm-hmm. I think it played like twice.
Yeah.
But I did hear it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Keith, I got that theme going.
Because I heard you. Yeah, that's what it was. I was in the other room.
You were in the other room. Was like, ooh,
you were like, oh. I was like, it's a song. I know what it is.
It's good.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
It's good stuff. But that was my first one, just X-Men. And the X-Men, like, basically theme at this point.
Same. My next like.
Yes.
The whole opening sequence with the Sentinels. terrible, but great.
Good and terrible.
Good and terrible. I was thinking, I couldn't think of it. Good and it was amazing. Honestly, I know they don't look like the old Sentinels.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah. They look good.
They don't look bad at all.
No.
They look like alien people. Like they look, and they're fucking vicious.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I took away from this movie when I first watched it. I was like, these Sentinels are not holding back.
Yeah.
But you know, I've told you before, I like my villains to not have a heart of gold. I don't want my villain to be switched over to the good side. That's dumb.
Oh.
I don't.
I didn't want it with Kylo Ren. That happened.
Was he really bad?
He wanted to be.
That's the thing. He wasn't really a villain. He just wanted to be.
He wanted
he
to
was
be bad.
whining.
He wanted to be bad. It made him feel good. Every time I can fit the
I love
in
it.
there, I'm gonna do it.
I did it already.
That's what she said.
Same. Kylo Ren, I did like his change.
I didn't. I just wanted him to be.
I know
evil.
you did, but I did.
I just wanted him to be evil and to die.
But he
I got
couldn't.
one of those things.
Fair. He wasn't evil enough. He spared too many people
Should have spared his fucking father.
because they were. I'll give greater credit. When he was choking people out, he was killing them.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Kylo Ren was just like, I'll show you. No. Kill these people.
I'll show you wall of computer screens.
Yeah, he was fucking that shit up.
I'll show you elevator.
Yeah. He was killing all the inanimate objects, including Luke. He wasn't a real person
He
out
was
there.
punching all that drywall. All that space drywall was getting punched. Kyle Ren.
Chad, yeah. I was just about to say Chad Ren.
Drinking Monster Energy drinks and punching holes in the Star Killer base.
What did he got? What's all his T-shirts say?
American Fighter.
What's the other one that was popular back in the day? I used to hate those shirts.
Like it had a saying on it.
It was just the word, one word.
Affliction.
Affliction shirt. Yeah, I don't know. It's affliction shirt.
Every time I see someone in an American Fighter T-shirt, I'm like, oh, they're gonna American fight me, which means they're probably gonna shoot me. That's how you American fighter. They're just gonna shoot you.
That's funny. But anywho, opening sequence with the Sentinels, also the ending sequence with the Sentinels, also the Sentinels in the White House scene. They look closer to what the cartoon ones look like, and I just like them.
But they still look wildly futuristic, even with those big fucking air vents in their chest.
100%.
They had laser, like fucking light up eyes and shit, and they had machine gun hands.
I loved it.
And they could
that
fly.
they used to punch with.
Oh,
yeah, it was great.
Sentinels also, because this is the only time we get a real, and we got like the smallest little crumb of Sentinel in Last Stand.
Yeah,
and it wasn't enough.
It wasn't.
In this movie, you got future Sentinels that were murdering people. You got 70s Sentinels that were trying to murder people.
Same.
And then you got future Sentinels again that were like just fully succeeding
Yeah.
and ripping metal people in half and stabbing people through portals or just fucking backstabbing Storm.
Same. I remember the first time I saw that, I think I shed a tear. Yeah, I love me some Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Halle Berry could do no wrong to me, even though she's not the greatest apparently. But I love her. I love her.
You don't have people don't have to be our idols for good reasons.
No, not for me.
We don't have to like. We don't always have to like people for good reasons.
What's that?
I'm guilty of it.
I love her. She's great. And when she got stabbed, that motherfucker came over the wall.
He just tossed her. He just tossed her.
Yeah, that part too.
And that one was climbing up, and he just like glanced, and that was it. Like she dead.
She ain't gonna be in Dead in Future Past 2.
Nope. Nope. Didn't even pay her. Didn't pay her no mind.
Same. You know what it reminded me of though? It reminded me of what was that girl's name? In Starship Troopers, after she threw the grenade in the bug's mouth.
Dizzy?
Because Halle Berry was like, we're done. Turned her back. All right, guys, we're good. I was like, oh no.
Mission accomplished. Dead.
Oh, It was terrible.
Except she didn't get to bang Johnny Rico and make her life complete.
No, she didn't. She didn't.
It's her one regret in life.
I think her Johnny Rico was Nightcrawler. She was giving me very like, I like this guy vibes in X-Men 2.
Johnny Rico wishes he could be fucking Nightcrawler.
No, fair. I'm just saying. She was giving me very, very. She was like, "What's all this on your arms?" It's like, I don't know what you're saying.
What's all this on your muscly arms?
Yeah. This one means no. Further up. What about these?
Yeah, these.
I like those beastly nails you got.
And your big Ninja Turtle hands. Yeah.
Same. Why are we talking about Nightcrawler like we don't like him? I love Nightcrawler.
I think he's in the next one.
He's terrible.
If he's not in the next one, he's definitely in.
He's definitely in the next one.
Is he?
Because I haven't seen Dark Phoenix. Okay. So yeah, he's definitely in the next one. Because at one point,
I think he might be in both.
Yeah, probably because it's him, Scott Summers, I think, Mystique, and somebody else, Jean Grey. So maybe not Mystique, but they're all children. They're all like teenagers, and they hide in a van at some point. And Jean Grey uses her power so that they can't be seen. Because this was after the house blew up. I don't know if you remember that part. Charles's mansion.
It's been a minute. But
Cause,
because Quicksilver does it. They're awesome, super slow-mo scenes.
Facts.
It's been a minute. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie. And I know that a certain person doesn't look the best in their special effects makeup,
and that's the only issue.
But that's the only thing that I can remember. That's like the main issue that I remember people having with the movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Because other than that, everything else was pretty. It was okay, I think. I don't remember.
We'll get there.
We will. Either who. Your next like.
Well, since I already mentioned it, Quicksilver, and that scene.
What was that time in a bottle scene?
Yes.
What was the other one they call it?
I forget what it is in the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Quicksilver in general, but also the kitchen scene. Because, for one, it's hilarious because we get to see him again in WandaVision, and he is not him. Same actor, but it's not him. It's Ralph Boner.
I love the fact that they did that. And people, I gotta stop telling them people are pissed. People are always gonna be upset. Let's just talk about what I liked. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
In WandaVision.
He had his the old 60s, 70s era costume. He had the dumb fucking hairdo, and he was a goober. And I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was great.
And it was Evan Peters, which is great. But in this movie, I thought he was good. They go back to the past, and Logan's like, "Oh, we got to get Magneto out of his prison under the Pentagon." I know a guy.
And that
And it could have been literally anyone. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, give me a movie. But show me that part. How do you know Quicksilver? Why is he an old man in the future? I want to know who he is.
He must have been dead at that point.
Well, maybe
is my guess. But yeah, who does he grow up to be? Aaron Taylor Johnson, I guess.
I was going to say, if he's dead,
then yes,
he probably is like.
Then yes, he does.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming. But no, I liked it. The time in a bottle scene is great, but even before that, they get to his house, and there's a fucking, looks like a fucking burnt tire mark on his door, on his fucking doormat outside of their house. His room is full of stolen, presumably stolen shit because they call him a kleptomaniac. He's got road signs, TVs, stacks of snack cake boxes, a Pong arcade cabinet that he's playing against himself at a speed that the game probably could not keep up with, I would imagine.
Yeah, that was.
But he was just playing game after game against himself. He's playing ping pong against himself. Hilarious.
Listen, there's another character that does that, and I loved it. Young Sonic.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's our little baby. Little blue baby. Then the time in the bottle scene happens.
Yeah.
And they're all about to get killed in a hail of gunfire. And he's like, fuck this shit. I experience time at a much slower rate than any of you. That's why all of my conversations with you are excruciating.
Same.
And they're all about to die. And he just takes a quick jog around the room, tastes the little sauce out of that pan. Great. Fucks everybody up, or like sets them up to die in like a second. Moves all the bullets away from his father and Charles and Wolverine. Even he didn't need his help, but he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He didn't, but the other two did. But he's just moving the bullets, and everything went back to normal speed. And all those dudes like punched themselves in the face or just launched across the room. One dude got, I think, caught like a plate in the jaw.
Yeah. The guy hit himself.
The one dude like hit himself, like he was in the fucking Three Stooges, and they were all just like dead, down for the count. But also, he like super speed vibrated his hands on the glass to bust Magneto out of his cell. Great. When the dude got in the elevator and his hat blows off, and he turns and you just see his reflection in the mirror next to him, and he just tapes him to the fucking wall. Hilarious. And he's like, "Oh, you can control metal." Mom used to know a guy who could do that. Hilarious.
Same.
And one more thing, and I'm done with him. When they were on TV near the climax of the movie, he was holding what looked to be a younger sister in his lap.
Same.
They won't do anything further with that, but I just thought it was a neat little thing.
Yeah, I remember when I found out who he was. I was like, oh. Yeah, I thought they were twins. I was like, okay, let's not talk about that kid. Let's talk about that.
I just thought it was something neat for them to throw in there, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed him, and he comes back in the next one.
X-Men said, we don't talk about Wanda. Nope. We don't talk about Wanda.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, she's not necessarily dead.
Not necessarily. Some version of her is
Somebody said this in a podcast I listened to, or some show or something.
You listen to other podcasts?
I try. That's just still ideas. Sorry. Try to get all my information from, honestly. But, gotta know.
That's where I get all my movie reviews from.
Same.
Us.
No, this guy said, I feel like it was Cinema Wins, maybe, or it was Birdman, but they were talking about Rise of Skywalker. And they said, if the person did not die on screen, then there's a possibility that person is not dead. And I was like, facts. Wanda didn't necessarily die on screen in Multiverse of Madness.
By that same token, did the alternate universe Captain Marvel die on screen then? Because they died in like pretty similar ways.
Maybe not. I don't know. But I don't care about her.
Because Wanda buried herself in the castle thing, and she dropped that statue on Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. But I think we saw her die. I mean,
but she didn't get cut in half.
She did not get.
She didn't get her neck snapped. She didn't get her head exploded. She didn't get her fucking back of her brain blown out by her own power voice.
What happened to Jim?
She unraveled him, and then his fucking head popped.
Okay. That's who you were talking about. I thought you were talking about Boat. Then you said Boat, and I was like, well, what happened to Jim? Yeah, that's right. Popped it like a little balloon. Same. Fair. I mean, sucks.
Yeah.
We'll see him again.
But yeah, I feel like any of those characters could show up again, because for one, it wasn't in like the main focus.
616.
Yeah, it wasn't in the focus 616 universe. And yes, I do agree, Wanda might not necessarily be dead.
Same.
And even if she is, we know there's other versions of her out there that might not necessarily be evil.
Same.
Or inclined to do the things she was doing
Same.
for her family, which she may not necessarily have been evil, but she was doing some evil things.
Yeah.
Doesn't make her necessarily evil. She was doing some bad shit, but she may have been a child in this movie, but it might not have been her, but I thought it was a fun little...
No, I did too.
I thought it was like a fun little maybe it is thing.
Yeah, they did good. They did good with that.
Yeah.
And I liked it. But yeah, Quicksilver was one of my likes too, and I loved it. I loved everything he did.
I'm looking forward to him in the next one. I can't remember what his song is in the next one, but we'll see it when we see it.
Same. Okay, my next, like... Let me give you two. Well, one.
Okay.
So one, I said characters. I didn't want to list everybody I liked. So characters. So I should just throw it away.
Okay.
My real Beast / Wolverine fight. When we were fighting in the house. I loved it. I thought it was great. because Beast is a beast, and he was kicking the shit out of Wolverine.
Yeah,
and he fucking he threw him from the room he was in to fucking. First off, did he hit him or something? Yeah, he hit him in the face.
Logan hit him first, I think.
Hit him in the face,
and then like he started to transform, and he was already like walking down a hallway, and then you see him like jump into frame and then like swing off the chandelier, and then Logan gets launched like back through the fucking foyer, whichever.
Then he jumps on top of him and then throws him again, which was amazing. And he was kicking his ass, and I loved it. And I don't know why, I just love that part because Wolverine needs to get his ass kicked every now and then.
Fair.
And I don't know, I don't mind this Beast. So
I did like him more in this one.
Fair.
I did like him more in this one, even though I enjoyed the way he looked more in this one. I think.
Yeah.
Also, we got to see it more than we did in the last one.
Facts.
Because last time in the last movie, Beast turned blue and flew a plane, and that was about it. Like had a little fight with Azazel, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it. In this one, like he turned blue, fought Wolverine. Turned blue, fought a Sentinel. Turned blue, did some other shit. Oh, tried to fucking fight Magneto. Did fight Magneto.
He did fight Magneto.
He's like, go stop Eric. Apparently that means drown him.
Yeah, he was trying to kill him. I was like, yeah, dude.
Apparently that means drown him in a fountain in front of, in the middle of what they were, France.
Paris,
in the middle of Paris.
Let's see.
But yeah.
No, I agree. But yeah, that was my Beast and Wolverine fight.
Yes, that was good.
There you go.
I wrote Magneto and JFK.
I also wrote both of those
because
separately.
I put it together. I like the fact that they were connected. I put together because when they find out, why is he in prison? He tried to kill He killed JFK. What? Well, the bullet curved in midair. There's only one person I know who can do that.
James McAvoy.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Wanted. But and then later in the movie, he's like, Eric, you curved the bullet. We all saw it. He's like, yeah, I was trying to save him. They stopped me before I could save him. Why would you do that? He was one of us. He's a mutant. And Magneto looks out for mutants.
Sometimes.
If
you're with him.
Yeah.
Which, as Anakin says, if you're not with me, you're against me.
There you go.
So, because he definitely tried to kill Wolverine later in the show.
He tried to kill everybody later.
He did.
At the end of this movie, granted, I forget how things go in Apocalypse. At the end of this movie, Magneto was like in full-on villain mode.
100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say villain. I would say human-hating mode.
Okay.
Because that's his real villainry.
Yeah.
Is that he hates humans because they hate him, and he doesn't trust them because, and I understand, right? Like I get it. Like maybe I might be going too deep, but mutants in X-Men period are minorities.
Mm-hmm.
So as a minority myself, it's hard to hate people who hated you but not you personally. Mm-hmm. They just hate you as a species or as a group.
The idea of you.
Right. So when you see that and they'll be like, hey, what did Charles say, I think in X-Men Last Stand? Or maybe it was First Class. He was like, they're not all bad. And he was like, they're not all good. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, you kind of want to stay away from the people who look like they may hate you.
That's fair.
And that kind of sucks, but also in his aspect, they're trying to kill him.
Yeah.
They're not trying to kill me, so I'm cool. But in his, if I can think how he's thinking, he's only a villain when the X-Men try to stop him from doing his thing.
Yeah.
That's the only time he's a villain. That's just me. That's just how I feel about him. That's all.
That's fair.
Because I like him. I think he's great.
Oh, I like him also. I think he's great.
Magneto's amazing.
I think he's a cool character. I think his powers are fucking sweet.
When does he show up in the cartoon?
What do you mean?
Because he doesn't show up right away. Because I've seen, like I said, I saw the first 6 episodes. He wasn't in the first 6.
I think it took a couple for him to show up.
Yeah. Because I didn't see him. Because he definitely wasn't in the Days of Future Past episode.
No.
Which was number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but either way. But yeah, I wrote down JFK and Mutant, and I also wrote down Magneto.
Yeah.
And I only wrote Magneto down because of the last third act. He was a beast.
Yeah. He got his helmet back. For one, when he went into that fucking room underneath that base, and had his helmet, one of Angel's fucking bug wings, and Havoc's little chest plate thing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And he just pulls his helmet out of that thing. Awesome.
Loved it.
When he was on the plane, and him and Charles got in that little rumble, and that plane started just getting a little tight,
like a fucking
soda
can,
dude. He was gonna let them all die. And Hank's like, Eric.
Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing. Eric wouldn't have died.
He would have been fine.
He would have took a circle out of that plane and fucking hovered.
He would have been just fine. He would have been just... Wolverine would have made it eventually. But he would have been just fine.
Yeah, he would have been fine. It would have been all right.
And he was like...
Just a little plane crash? That's nothing.
He's like... Because he was pissed because, like, they were dying. Mutants were already getting killed.
He had a point.
Yeah. Magneto always has a point.
Facts. That's why I don't hate him.
That's fair. Oh, I don't hate him either. He's great.
No, I'm saying that's why I don't consider him a villain, I guess.
That's fair. I would only call him a villain because, like, he will cross. He's like, oh, they've done it to me, so I'll do it right back to them. But also, I'm not gonna, like, I don't care.
But also, they've done it to me.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, like, also, they've done it to me because, like, there's the old saying, like, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Shit.
But sometimes it does make you feel better. So I understand. That's from The Wire.
That is from The Wire.
Okay.
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, this is... Oh, because I saw the character, I was like, he looks so familiar. He looks like I should know him. And he said it. And I was like...
That's how you know him.
Yeah, it's the only way I know him. And I'm like, this is what it's from? I had no idea. To be fair, in the first 2 seasons, because there's 5 seasons, the first 2 seasons, it's almost like a throwaway line. But I think after that, that's when it became, because every time he was on screen, they were like, hey, you gotta do this. Shit. And he like just kept, like the first time he said it, he was just like, shit. And like everybody says it.
And then it's got...
And then, oh my God, it's the long... One time he walked around the entire room saying, he got up, he was pissed. He was like, shit. Walked around the room. I was like, this is great. As serious as that show was, that was
say
my
the show's
favorite
not
part.
a comedy, is it?
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I loved every single second of that. Anyway, but yeah. 2 rows to make it right in my eyes. Especially if I'm wrong first. If you wrong me, I'm wronging you back. And now it's right.
That's fair.
There was a
Sometimes it makes you feel good.
Same. There was a video some years back, I think it was on Vine, and she was like, everybody always talk about tit for tat. I was like, if you don't tit, you won't get tat. And I was like, fat. I was like 100%. She was like, don't. She was like, don't. No, she said, how did she say it? Like, don't tit me and I won't tat you. It was like, that's it. It was like, leave tit alone because we were good over here, but now you want it. I'm a tat. And I was like, that's exactly how I feel. I was like, she has a good point. If you don't fuck with me, again, I told you, if I'm gonna be petty, I'm gonna be super cool and humble until you piss me off. And I have mountains of stories of where people have been like, let me show you what I can do. And I'm like, you just don't know, do you? You know what my secret is? I'm always angry.
There you go.
So simple.
Yeah. Magneto, yeah, he's one of those characters where it's like, he's more often than not categorized as the villain, but he walks that line. He walks the thin line between like vigilante, anti-hero, whatever, and villain because like he survived the fucking Holocaust.
Same.
So what are you gonna tell him?
In my eyes, you can't be a villain after that. I mean, yeah. And the way I feel like, in my opinion, his mindset goes is that the reason why he kills is because, well, if they get a chance, they're going to kill me. Yeah. So I might as well do it first.
And most of these movies are about them trying to kill them.
Exactly.
Humans trying to kill mutants in some way.
Like in the Pentagon, like they didn't even ask questions. They were just like, hey, you stop. And they started shooting like right away. And I'm like, okay, can I see some ID or, something? Like, no, they were just like, nah, we're good. We're just going to shoot. So if that's the case, all right, well, I'm going to magnetize some shit first.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Who's next? You or me? I forget.
I think it's me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my phone back. Okay, my next. Oh, the trash logo. Looks like a Sentinel.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I love it. Every time I've seen it, when I first watched it, I was like, ooh, Sentinels. and his logo looks like the original Sentinels. And that's why I love it. So I'm like
the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they kind of put the Sentinels in there and then just changed them up in the movie. And I'm like, I like that. I was like, that's a good way to do it. If you're gonna change it, at least give me a nod to the original. I'm not saying you have to, because I don't care.
Right.
Because sometimes I don't give a shit about the original, but they did, and I loved it.
And also the original ones do look pretty sweet anyway.
In
my opinion,
I like these better.
It's fair
because they look better. You know.
Yeah.
But I like the other Sentinels because,
Sentinels are just cool. There's big purple mutant hunting robots.
Same. But now, were they adaptable like these?
What do you mean?
Like, did they adapt to people's powers?
Not like that.
Oh, okay.
At least in the cartoon, they had they could shoot lasers at you. They had these tentacle whip things that would come out of their arms and grab you. Okay. They had nets, but they weren't oh look, there's Iceman. Sets itself on fire.
Yeah.
Or
okay.
Oh look, there's.
I didn't think so.
No.
But I liked these.
No, because these ones, like you said, these ones had one of them had fucking Lady Deathstrike claws.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, they had all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I want to say that the lasers when they open up their faces, were either Cyclops or Havoc lasers.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. I thought it was just fire.
Dude, when they had the one, was it Warpath? They were holding him upside down and just put him head first
because he kept jumping on people's backs.
Yeah,
so
the thing was just laser. I'm just gonna stick you in. And oh man,
that's what I'm saying. They were killing machines, and I loved it.
Yeah,
they said my villain. I want my villain to be no holds barred. Simple, kill everybody. I don't care. Like in Dark Knight Rises, when Talia al Ghul was like, kill them all. And the fucking police chief was dead in the street. I was like, this is good. This is good. Love it. But that was my
Okay, my next one. Charles Xavier. Specifically, present/future Charles Xavier.
Oh, really? Okay.
Patrick Stewart.
Okay.
Charles Xavier. Because for one, I'm always going to like him.
Fair.
I'm always going to like Patrick Stewart. I don't watch Star Trek, so I don't know if he's good in that. But
I mean, I hope so.
He's good in.
He's on TV forever.
Good in X-Men.
Same.
And I like him as Professor Charles Xavier.
Same.
When James McAvoy looks into Logan's mind, and he's like, "Look into my future." It's like, I don't want it. I don't want your pain. And he's like, look past my future. Look for your future. It's like, look for you in my mind. And he has his talk with future Charles, or present day Charles, however you want to look at it. And he gives him this little line. Where's my phone? I have to make sure I get it right. He gives him the line. Hang on, bear with me here. Just because someone stumbles and loses their way doesn't mean that they're lost forever. He says it in this movie, and he said it in Multiverse of Madness also.
He did, didn't he?
He said it to Steven.
Yeah. About Wanda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because when I heard it in that, I was like, I feel like I've heard him say that before.
Nice.
And then we watched it tonight, and I was like, he definitely said that in that. And I looked it up just to make sure that I wasn't just crazy. And he says it in both. And I was like, okay, I knew I liked that for a reason.
You still might be crazy.
I'm definitely crazy. But no, he said it in that, and I was like, I like that line. And then he said it in this, I was like, okay, I definitely heard it in something else.
Yeah.
And it was him in both saying, I was like, okay, I like it. I don't know. I've always liked Charles Xavier. I've always liked Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. In the old cartoon, I didn't give a shit because you had so many other characters running around doing their thing. And in the movies, Charles was always central to everything in the movies so far. Granted, he wasn't always running around having adventures in the first three, but he got kidnapped in the second one, he got fucking killed in the third one, and spurred them to action in both of those. And in the first one, he, brings Logan in, and everything happens around that. So he's always been important. He founds the team, he founds the school, and
he was also in Origins.
He was in Origins. He's been in almost all of these whole franchise of X-Men movies almost.
Yep.
So he's important. I like him. That line I thought was good, and it was in Multiverse of Madness also, so it's a like for me.
He was in the Wolverine too.
Yep.
So it was funny because when they did the airport scene this time, I was like, I feel like, was that the extra credit scene on Wolverine?
No. It was similar. There was a similar scene in this one where Wolverine walked through the metal detector and it didn't go off on him.
Yeah, but in the Wolverine it did, didn't it?
Not at the end, because he didn't have his adamantium anymore.
What am I thinking of?
But that was when Charles showed up.
In the airport?
Yeah. That was either the end of the movie or it was a credit scene. I forget. I think him and Magneto showed up, didn't they?
Yeah. He did have his adamantium. They just cut off his blades.
I thought the dude like drilled into his body and took it all out.
Not the adamantium. He was taking out his healing powers.
That too.
Yeah, he drilled into like his bone marrow to take his healing powers.
Yeah, but didn't he walk through that metal detector and it didn't go off in the airport, I thought?
No, it did, because he was like, I'll just take the pat down.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because he walked through, he was like, I'll take a pat down. Like, because he said it so matter-of-factly.
That's
like,
right.
He's done this before. And
then
when I saw that,
stopped.
Yeah, then everybody stopped. But why did they stop? I don't remember.
Because Charles stopped him.
Yeah, but why?
Wasn't that when there's like the war is coming or something? Wasn't it like him and Magneto?
Maybe.
Because then these movies started coming out, didn't they?
That's fair.
I think.
Okay.
My timeline's a little screwed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit...
I'm old.
Well...
I'm old, and they've made a bunch of these fucking movies.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think...
A lot of these movies overlapped with each other.
They kind of... It was a lot. But either way.
See, I'm old. I'm not old enough to be president.
True.
But I'm getting there.
Facts. It's not a like, but I have one more thing, so I'll let you go.
No, go ahead.
It's Stanley.
Do it.
In the crowd at the White House, it's one place he could be. Or he could have been the guy in the baseball stadium when Magneto took the
chalk guy. Mm-hmm. That would have been amazing, actually.
That would have been great.
That would have been the perfect one.
See? Same. Yes. That's what I was like, because he was like, what are you doing? I'm going to get fired for this. That would have been amazing.
I'm going to get blamed for this.
Did you move the stadium? Sorry, boss.
I don't know what I can say to that, you know.
But yeah, those are because the White House crowd, because they were going around, and because he was searching for people. Charles he was searching for Mystique.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that'd be great for
that could have been good.
Yeah, he was like, oh, blah blah. Like,
I think the chalk
not him.
I think the chalk guy would have been perfect.
Then there was the next scene, and I was like, this is it. I was like, this is him right here.
I agree. That's
especially
perfect.
with Magneto. It'd have been great. Hey, can I help you? No, you can't.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
That's it.
Nice.
That was my Stan Lee, and that was my last like.
Okay. Dislikes.
I don't have any, honestly.
No?
I couldn't think of one. And honestly, after I wrote Magneto and the baseball thing, I was just watching a movie. I was just chilling. So I wasn't really too pressed to find any more likes or dislikes. But I can't think of one, even off top. So I'll let you go.
I wrote Charles's Serum. I didn't like it as much.
Okay.
Like, the fact that it blocked his powers, fine.
Okay.
Makes sense. The fact that it let him walk again, I found kind of weird. Because I know they're like, oh, it affects my DNA. Did your DNA get shot in the spine?
Yes. Mr. DNA got shot in the spine.
Yeah.
From Jurassic Park.
Dino DNA got a fucking bullet right above the crack of his ass. I don't know. Like,
I didn't think hard about it, even when I first saw it or this one. I was just like, okay. Because I just credited it to Beast being smart. And I'm just like, well, if they say he's that smart, he's that smart.
Fair.
But I guess, I don't know. It didn't bother me, but Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. I just didn't dig it. Like, I feel like they could have just had him not have his powers and without him walking, because this is now he was in and out of the wheelchair this whole movie. At the end of at first class, he was walking the whole time, and then he gets paralyzed. Fine. And then this one, he spends like probably half and half, like in and out of the wheelchair in this one. And
if you only count the old guy, I mean the young guy.
I guess I am only counting him because he was So I don't know. I just didn't dig it. I don't know why, because I know how he's supposed to be, and I know he gets there. In the next one, he's in it like full time, except for like I think there's a little bit where he's also not. If I remember right, like there's a scene where like either a dream or like some kind of psychic sequence in his mind where he's not in it.
It is that.
So
because Apocalypse has the same power as him. Yeah.
So I get it, but I don't know. I just didn't dig it. But also, he lives in a fucking mansion full of stairs, so I guess he couldn't be in it all the time. I guess. You see all the fucking stairs in that house? Come on.
Well, I mean, he didn't think he was going to be paralyzed.
That's fair. But there also was not a ramp that I saw.
Yeah, because he could walk.
It had been some time.
Because he could walk.
But he also had his fucking chair in the closet.
To be fair, yeah, fair.
They had no dust, no cobwebs, nothing on it. Like, it was ready to go. It was all shined up, had air in the tires and everything.
Fair.
It was ready.
I mean, he had to blow off Cerebro, but not the chair.
The chair was ding. Like, he opened that thing up and it was shiny. It was brand new car smell coming off that fucking wheelchair.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. That's the whole thing. Like, I just didn't dig it because they still could have had him shooting up and everything and looking like a strung out addict, which he did, and
in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
but I think he was only doing that because he was in the wheelchair. Like, he was basically depressed about being paralyzed.
Yeah,
and so that made him take the,
Yeah, he was depressed about that. He was depressed about all the students and teachers getting drafted and fucking dying in Nam, and Raven leaving, and pretty much everyone who left with Magneto died also at the end of the first movie.
Basically.
Which I thought was kind of crummy.
Crummy how? What do you mean? Like it sucked, or just like something like wrong with the movie?
Like, there were some interesting characters there that maybe they had to write them out.
I think they did well with that because, like Magneto said, they're at war, and he got caught. Well, he's the leader, so everybody. And here's the thing to me personally: Magneto being the leader and convincing everybody that they're perfect the way they are, Mystique and everybody, like, hey, don't hide your powers because we don't need to hide. He's been about that his whole. In the original trilogy and these, that's how he's been. So if he gets caught, their mindset isn't going to change. Like, Mystique's mindset didn't change. He molded her to be a killer, and she was killing. Because he even said it. He was like, "You could have killed me," and he was like, or she gave mercy to him, or something happened. He's like, "This isn't the girl I know." Because she would have killed, you know what I mean? Like,
when they were in the phone booth.
Yeah, when they're in the phone booth. I forgot what happened. But anyway, so I kind of feel like Azazel getting caught and Angel getting caught makes sense. Because they're not going to hide it anymore. So they're going to get caught. Because, I mean, Angel is pretty easy to take now. Azazel might be a little bit more difficult. But also, Nightcrawler did get caught. So have to assume that Azazel can get caught too.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I think of when I think about that situation, that they all die. I was like, that makes sense. I mean, if they can kill Darwin, then everybody else can die too.
That's fair.
So, but I didn't know Banshee died though. But
yeah, I mean, he didn't go with him. But, like, I feel like they were setting up, like, a Brotherhood of Mutants at the end of the first one. And then in the next one, they were like, oh, hey, we're going to do this story instead.
Oh, is that a story, Brotherhood of Mutants?
No, but, like, that's his gang. Like, that's his group.
Yeah, fair.
But
I feel like they had to kill him off to match up with the original trilogy.
Yeah, like, to do this story, like, some things had to not happen.
Yeah.
But it's not a dislike.
No,
but fair. I just thought it was, like, it's kind of odd that it happened. And I did forget to do one like. You know who it is.
Beast?
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer, baby.
Facts. Just, you almost forgot to name him in the credits.
I did, because he was uncredited. He was far down there.
That's fair. That's true.
I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like it.
His one line?
Honestly,
easy.
In addition to that, everyone returning at the end of it, I enjoyed. Gene, Scott, him, Kitty was there. Charles was back. Everyone was there.
Unfortunately, everyone was
Rogue was there.
Rogue was there.
Yeah. All our favorites.
Same. You see, I didn't boo at Scott.
I know you did. Because of Sonic. I think
because of Sonic. Because of Sonic. I called him Donut Lord.
Yeah,
I haven't even called him by his mutant name because it doesn't matter.
His mama named him Donut Lord. I'm going to call him Donut Lord.
Exactly. So it doesn't really matter about. I was like, oh, look, Scott. Like when he showed up, I was like, Scott. I was like, Donut Lord. But also Scott. I like Scott. I hate Cyclops.
And he had some new shades.
He had some stupid ass shades.
They did look kind of dumb.
Like he looked like an idiot.
They did look kind of dumb.
But again, I gave him a little grace because I was like, Donut Lord.
His old regular red sunglasses look better than those weird like wraparound with the white.
He didn't die at that lake. His glasses died at the lake.
Yep.
That's right.
And that's it.
Apparently.
Gene didn't die either, I guess.
Yeah, Gene didn't die. But yeah, it was. You know, it's funny. I saw a meme today, or just a picture. So, off topic. I'm scrolling down Facebook. Do you get suggested posts to you?
What do you mean?
So all those pictures I've been sending you, those memes or funny whatever, it's like suggested. Like, oh, this group has been suggested for you. And I'm like on my timeline, I'm like scroll, and then a picture show up. I'm like, what is this group? I don't follow this group. Like, yeah, it'll just show up
sometimes.
And I'm just like, bro, if I wanted to follow them, I'll follow them. I don't care. So like, because they've been giving me a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff, and I'm like,
oh, you definitely don't like that shit.
Like, no, it's stupid. But because I like some stuff, they're like, oh, you like Star Wars? Here's Lord of the Rings. Can we not?
Yeah, those things go hand in hand.
So anyway, I saw a meme today. I thought I saved it. I don't know. Maybe I did. But it was basically like 6 pictures. And I thought I sent it to you, but I know I didn't send it to you. And it was like 6 pictures. And I didn't save it. But it was like, it said Return of the Legends. And it was like, it showed Vader and Obi-Wan. Then it showed a picture of Obi-Wan and Anakin. Then it showed like a new, like in Obi-Wan. Then it showed Andrew Garfield and Toby together. Then it showed, was it something in Multiverse of Madness? No. It was some other, it was like 2 other whatever. And I was like, that's facts. And then when I saw today's movie, I was like,
was it Jurassic World?
Yes,
okay.
Jurassic World. Yep, it was Jurassic World. And then I think that was it. And then watching this movie, I was like, they should have showed a picture of this because this is good. This is too good. Like, just Halle Berry was there, Jean Grey was there, but they weren't all together, which is fine. But still, they should have Days of Future. They should have did something because that was the original.
Charles and Magneto up there.
Yeah, that's facts. Because they did come back in Days of Future Past. And that was my thing. Like, they brought that, this movie brought everything together. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Just like Jurassic World did. And this is, well, this will be a second movie of the trilogy. No, 4 movies.
Yeah, they made 4, which is
probably shouldn't have made that the last one.
It's an even number, but it's an odd number of movies to make.
Right. Because
like it just didn't feel right.
Trilogy, I can't. That doesn't.
Quadrilogy doesn't work.
Doesn't roll off the tongue that well. That's what she said. But yeah. Any more dislikes?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Slushie Meter.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
4.5.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this movie.
Same.
I know there's like some differences between it and the original comic story that it's based on, but I didn't read it, so.
Facts.
I just know that it's not Wolverine that goes back in time.
Who is it?
It's Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde goes back in time, and like it's like this iconic comic book cover. It's Kitty Pryde and like oldish Wolverine standing in front of this brick wall with a big ass spotlight on them, and there's a poster behind them with a bunch of pictures of mutants, and they all say either like deceased or slain or apprehended on it. And they did a there was a video game, the Marvel vs. Capcom video game back in the day, and they like someone, I don't know if it was official Capcom artwork or Marvel artwork or just like a fan did it. They did like Wolverine in front of it with, I forget somebody else, but like characters from the game. So you had like Mega Man, Magneto, Storm, Rogue, Strider, Jill Valentine, like all these different characters, and it said like slain or maybe not said slain because it was a game, like defeated or whatever, and like Mega Man was the only one that didn't have anything on him. Nice. Like he was the last one out there, and I was like, yeah, boy. Good.
He should be.
Fucking A, he's fucking Mega Man.
I'm surprised they haven't made a movie of that yet.
Oh, they're supposed to be. That's
what I thought.
They're supposed to be making one, I think, for Netflix. So, you know. Good luck with that one, yeah. I mean, we've had a good run of video game movies lately.
Facts.
We had Sonic 2, Detective Pikachu,
Mortal Kombat,
which
I thought was great.
Yeah, the newest Mortal Kombat, even the first Mortal Kombat. Detective Pikachu.
We don't talk about Bruno for the second one.
We've had some good ones lately.
Pikachu.
Which I just watched again the other day. So good.
Monster Hunter. That's good.
No.
Oh.
Don't do that to me, Keith. The movie sucked.
Oops.
I appreciate the mention.
Me and my fiance, sorry. Me and the old lady upstairs.
Oh. Well, big and bad.
Actually, the other day I was like, my old lady, she was like, don't start that. I was like, what? You're just the old ball and chain.
My brother said that to me the other day. He's like, yeah, you can start calling her that now that you're married. And I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Right. I was like, because she said something to me that annoyed me, and I was like, it's okay, you old ball and chain. She was like, okay, cut it out. I was like, well, you cut it out.
The old battle axe.
Been a lot of more chain than ball lately. But
what is that from?
Andy. Yes. Andy Allen's talking about. It's like, I need a boys' night out. I'm the greatest wingman ever. Come on, Oscar. I hope you get laid with some dudes. But something happened the other day, and I was like, oops. And she was like, that's like Jan. I was like, yes. It's like, I have soft teeth. Oops. So every time we talk, she'd be like, well, I did this. Oops.
Start over.
So that's what I was thinking of when I was like, Monster Hunter. You're like, don't. I'm like, oops. My bad. Sorry. But yeah, I agree with you. We've been spoiled.
Yeah. And I'd like to say I have some high hopes.
But I want to get more spoiled though.
I have some high hopes for that Mario movie they got coming out.
Oh, I don't at all.
Jack Black as Bowser. I'm here.
Is it
because of Chris Pratt?
It's because it's animated. I don't really give a shit. Like, should I watch it? Maybe, but it's not gonna be like Sonic, right? No, it's like completely.
I don't think there's gonna be like crossover.
Exactly.
It's gonna be pure CG.
If it was, it couldn't be because they're not cartoon characters. They're supposed to be real people. Yeah. So, I'm not excited for it.
I'm not excited for it. Like, there's other stuff that I'm way more excited for. But the fact that it's coming at some point, like when we see actually visually something from the movie,
sure,
and like hear some stuff from it, then I'll be
talk to me then.
Then we'll get more or less. But as of right now, I'm intrigued because we've had some good movies. We had Sonic, we had Sonic 2, we had Bowser was in Wreck-It Ralph. A bunch of characters were in Wreck-It Ralph, like Bowser was in fucking Wreck-It Ralph. So that gave me some hope for like a decent Mario movie. We'll see, but. When the time comes.
That's fair.
But I went 4. You went 4.5?
Oh, yeah. I'm 4.5 because I didn't have any dislikes. I don't remember not liking anything. The Sentinels were great. The fights were great. I mean, honestly, I'd probably say 5. I just didn't. But this is probably the best movie they've made. I mean, and I love First Class. So I'm gonna give it a 5 because because I'm pretty sure I gave First Class a 5. Almost certain I gave First Class a 5. Did I? Let's check. I didn't write it down, but try to look at my likes.
I was gonna say I should start writing down my scores.
I did not give it a 5, and I know that now because I'm looking at Darwin Dies. So I know I didn't give it a 5, but I'll give this one a 5 for sure because I can't think of anything that.
And Darwin was already dead.
Darwin was already dead, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. It's a good movie, and it brings everybody back. in an interesting way, and I think they do time travel well. Like this, as good as time travel as Endgame was. Like, to be fair, I haven't seen a movie where time travel was done shitty. Mm-hmm. So, and also because it's not real, I don't really give a shit how they do it. So there's that. Like,
yeah, like a movie can make up their own time travel rules, and it doesn't matter because it's never gonna happen.
Hot Tub Time Machine, Wrinkle in Time,
Die Hard.
Time Cop.
Wait, that wasn't one.
That wasn't one. I had to watch Endgame again. I'm not ready for it yet. I'm still not. I can't. I'm gonna do it. Fucking ball my eyes.
You can do it. Just stop at that point.
Which point? There were a lot of points.
You know the part.
Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough part.
Because by then all the good action's over anyway.
I don't know though. Not really. Because when they all come back, that's a pretty. It's a good part, but it's like happy cries. I just don't want to cry. Like when they're like on your left, I'm like, I love this show. like it's a good moment. And here's the thing: I've noticed, especially in some movies, it's mostly movies because it's the only thing I like, only thing I do. But like, if something good happens and I get really excited, I'm like, this is great. Well, I'm about to cry,
dude.
Like,
I'm getting like old and sentimental.
I was just like, oh my god.
The other day, Megan told me that the dog had to go to school, and I almost cried. Like, she jokingly, she's like, "Oh, you want to go to school?" And she got excited, and I was like, "She's gonna leave." And I almost started fucking crying, just like in the middle of my living room. And she's like, "What is wrong with you?"
I do it all the time, and I'm just like, dude,
yeah.
In my head, I'm like, am I that depressed? I can't even be happy. Fuck. Story of my life. But anywho, Days of Future Past. Yeah, it's 5. 4 for you.
Nice. I wrote it down.
Any elaboration, or are you good?
On my likes,
or your 4? I mean, fuck, you don't have to.
No, they were just, I don't know. I did enjoy it. There were just a couple parts that, while they weren't necessarily dislikes, I don't know.
And that's okay. I'm not telling you to change your score. I was just asking for the audience.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
But also,
I enjoyed it.
They don't need to know.
I don't know.
Cops?
I'm looking for...
Sorry.
Cops, don't listen to this podcast. This isn't for you. There's other things out there for you.
Slushie review.
Ain't no blue lives. There's no fucking blue lives. There it is. No, I like this one. I'm looking forward to seeing Apocalypse because I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah.
And also, I'm kind of looking forward to watching Dark Phoenix again because I just like I like X-Men. I just like watching things with the X-Men in them.
I agree, man.
So that's what we're gonna do.
And what's today? 2 more days. You got 2 more days.
Yep.
That's it.
Wednesday, right?
Oh, it is Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to be a jam-packed day for me.
I work that day.
I work too, but I just meant the shows. See? Yeah, think about that.
I don't work a long day that day.
There you go.
Nice. Man, this Wednesday, if nothing gets pushed back or if anything doesn't get fucking delayed or whatever, Disney Plus just doesn't crash because of overload. The finale of Obi-Wan, 3rd episode of Ms. Marvel.
You know it's about to get good.
And the streaming debut on Disney Plus of Multiverse of Madness.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sisters.
I might call off.
No, I know I can't call off anymore.
I can't really afford
this
to do
month.
that right now.
Wait till next month though. But no, my sister sent me. They took a picture of Disney Plus. It was like coming June 22nd. That's the only reason why I know is because they sent me a picture of it, and I was like, oh okay, because they haven't seen it. They didn't go to the movies, so I was like, oh good. I'm like, man, that sucks though. So my sister just doesn't like going to the movies, especially during COVID. So she's just like, no, I'm good. So I'm like, man, that sucks though, because I know you've seen all the spoilers.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
There's no way you haven't.
But she watched Spider-Man No Way Home and she loved it.
There you go.
But I know she didn't watch it until it got on Disney Plus. And I was like, man, that sucks.
Oh man.
That's what I said.
I'm definitely. We're gonna go see Thor, right?
Yeah. When is that?
I want to say like the 2nd week of July. I want to say maybe like
it's like the 8th or something.
I thought it was later than that in July. I I thought it was more toward the middle of the month.
I don't know.
But still, we're going to see that, right?
Yeah. I was just about to ask you what movies are next, but the first thing I thought of was Bullet Train, actually. I didn't even think of. Yeah.
When does that come out? I forget.
I think it's next month, too.
I know it comes out in July. I just have to look and see when.
So that might be the 8th. I don't know. 8 is on my brain.
I want to see that. I want to see Nope.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Thor.
So next up is Thor and Bullet Train. Collection movies for both of them, right?
I'm down.
That's not only.
I think Nope comes out next month too. So we might have a busy month.
Listen, that's what I'm working on this week.
I've been working, so I'll have.
I don't want to work.
I got fucking free tickets anyway, and I bring my own candy.
Facts.
I'm killing the theater industry.
That's all right, because I'm keeping them in fucking business.
There you go.
But either who, so that was Days of Future Past. Good movie all around. Next up is going to be Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse, with my man Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
I know he was Apocalypse, but he's also Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in Egypt a lot.
Poe Dameron.
Saying Poe Dameron. He's a good guy. I like him.
I like Oscar Isaac.
I don't mind him. Every movie I've seen him in, he's been good.
Yeah.
So far. I don't know what else he's been in.
He was in Sucker Punch.
No, I've never seen that. Death of the Nile, great movie. I meant to tell you that.
Is he in that?
It. No.
Oh.
Not even a little bit. But it's a good movie because it's Wonder Woman.
I was gonna say, is that the Wonder Woman one?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's. I forgot who else is in it.
Was she the killer?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you. But no.
Damn.
I hope that was a spoiler because she's not.
No, I don't know.
Actually, I forgot who was the killer. Okay, I remember now. Okay, doesn't matter.
It was Wonder Woman. No.
I'm trying to think who else is in that movie. I think that's it.
It's a solo picture.
No,
just
it's. I'm saying there's a group of people, but I don't know if there's anybody that you would know offhand though.
No one from superhero movies.
Same.
Got it.
There's Wonder Woman and.
Okay, let's see.
Oh no, what's her name? Letitia Wright.
Annette Bening, Tom Bateman.
Yeah, Annette Bening.
Kenneth Branagh, Russell Brand. Oh Christ.
Oh yeah, he is in it. He plays a straight man though, so he's not clownish or anything. He's pretty good at that. But yeah, Letitia Wright. She is Zuri from Black Panther.
Okay.
She's in it. I forgot about her. But yeah. Don't read too far into it.
How many people are in this fucking movie? I just scrolled through like the main cast that's on here, and Gal Gadot is not even pictured.
Oh, that's hilarious. So, but you know they be fucking up on IMDb sometimes.
Yes, they do.
So,
because she is standing front and center on that fucking poster.
Yep, same. But yeah, because Kenneth Branagh, I didn't know he was coming back as Perot. He is a good Perot, and I like him. And I love because they actually do a backstory on him, and I love it. It's a great movie. I think you guys should watch it for sure.
Okay,
for sure. But anyway, we can be done with this though. So, man, that's all I got. I ain't got nothing else. Follow us on all the things. Yeah. I guess this has been Keith
and Chris,
and we'll see you next time, probably.